Okay, so let me continue. Yeah, it's connected again. Yeah. Excuse me. So I'm sorry the lines kept going off. I understand. At this point, I want to engage one between one, two, three to maybe five persons who want to say something about this. But before I share the link to join in, so that we can make it as interactive as possible, let me just say the last part of it, which is Bishop Ime Okon Lagos. Okon Lagos said something that when I was listening to it, I was shaking my head. You guys are not sincere, and it's unfortunate. And I'll tell you why. I saw Okon Lagos's live interview with Dr. Freeze. It was talk, and I liked the way he talked. Unfortunately, there was no sincerity. He talked about Sowore and said he respects Sowore, that Sowore was truly a fighter and had fought and fought and fought and done this human right and defended this and that. What all of them, even as celebrities, could not come out to do. Somebody left his comfort in US to come and do it. When Dr. Freeze now asked him about Tinubu, now said he has maximum respect. Tinubu has owned up as the person who brought Buhari openly. Openly. But Okon still wants to blame Sowore for bringing Buhari even when there is no evidence. There is no evidence that Sowore had anything to do with Buhari. Clearly, and as everybody understands it, Sowore was only doing his normal investigative work, investigative journalism work. I'm not a member of his party. I'm not asking you to vote him. We are only setting records straight. See, hypocrisy now no go make this country work last. All of na be hypocrites. So Okon knows that Sowore is an activist and has been fighting for long, and he has never for once made a video to at least commend this guy. Now only when on a one attack him, on a con make video, they condemn him. Your hypocrisy stinks, all of you. This country, it dey on our hand. Continue to be hypocrites. Sowore has said over time that he was not at the campaign of Buhari. He did not donate to it. He did not give him hotels to sleep in throughout the campaign. He didn't give him jets. Sowore no even get jets. He no get house. He no get hotel where he own. The people who do all those things don't come out, don't own up, say na them make Buhari president, but you still don't want to hold them for it. Now Sowore you won't blame for waiting you don't know about, because it was when the same Sowore was fighting for Jonathan to become acting president as stipulated by the constitution, that the moment the president has become incapacitated, constitution says that the deputy should take over. Where were all of you then? Emergency Jonathanians, where were you? Hypocrites everywhere. Now them they even attack Sowore that time. How can you say the president is brain dead and we will not know? It's not true. Don't mind those Sahara reporters. They are liars. Excuse me. When it turned out to be true, you were happy. Shebi, you were happy. So now that the same Sowore came out to say, Jonathan is not what we think he is. So his wife is using presidential jet with Bola Shagaya to go and be buying clothes, singlet, underwear, pants in Lebanon. You begin, because of kinsmanship, started attacking the same Sowore. Hypocrites everywhere. Abi, hypocrites everywhere. Sure you understand? Hypocrites ni gbogbo yin, all of you. So they ask Okon Lagos, Bishop Ime, say, what do you think about Sowore? He condemned Sowore that Sowore was the one who brought Jonathan, that brought Buhari. They now ask the same Okon about Tinubu, who has openly said he was the one who brought Buhari. You now say you respect that one. He's an acid politician. He's a DC. You are a hypocrite. But ban like hypocrites. No, we know this country will eventually divide. We know. We are only saying that the method at which it will divide is what we don't want to work. Most of you have visa, you have stay, you can travel, you are abroad. It's easy for you. Nigerians who are resident in Nigeria do not want war. That's why we are looking for political way out. Unfortunately for most of these hypocrites, now the person wey una dey fight, na him go make this thing work for you now constitutionally. You are hiding P2B, you don't want us to ask him question. And if we even ask you now, fight, you go fight. What is Peter Obi's position on the 1999 constitution? When he was running mate to Atiku and he said they will sell patrimonies of Nigeria, public properties of Nigeria to their friends and cronies to make them rich. The mission Atiku could not finish with Obasanjo when they left office. He wants to continue, and Atiku and Peter Obi was his running mate. Ask Peter Obi his position about that thing Atiku said, that they want to sell public assets to their friends and cronies to make them rich. Have you asked him? And if we ask the questions by ourselves, na attack, or na go dey attack us, we should not ask questions. So if we don't ask Peter Obi questions, who should we ask? Is he not is not contesting to be chairman of, or to become chief of Anambra community? He's contesting to be president of Nigeria. So we must ask him questions, but you don't want us to ask. I should shut my mouth if I don't know what to say. What have I said that is wrong so far? Na demo. See them. They will not have point. Now only insult dey their mouth. Point no dey. Only insult. Only insult. Point no dey their head. Only insult full am. Now them. Know them. I'm not even sure Peter Obi knows these people are doing this damage to him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We have been asking questions, no answer. Now only attack, insult. Now you then get from out. Do you know how many questions you already have answered? More than 1,000 questions every day. So Peter Obi then came, and we want to also know his own position. You are attacking everybody because they are asking questions. You understand? So for me, Peter Obi is not the problem. It is the energy brought in by those who think they are marketing him or doing him damages or doing damage to him. They are the problem. See these comments, for instance. I look hungry. Yeah, I know. I don't live fake life. I'm not pretending to be like you. Some of you are not even here. Tell me the answer Peter Obi has on the 1999 constitution. Good luck, Izuka. We are asking simple questions. You are attacking us. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Most of you are abroad. Please, let's learn. We are fighting for the same thing, but we want to be careful. Sure, you understand? We want to be careful. Those of us in the country, we have stake. Our lives, most importantly, are at stake. We are being curious about people with German passports, European passport, American passport that can fly anytime, dictating to us about how things should go. We are curious. We are careful with them. You can fly anytime, but the people who are here are careful about you, especially with the comments you are making. You are pushing everybody, fight and do this. No, we want the same thing you want, but you are telling you that the method you are introducing will not happen that way. They will only end up killing everybody on ground. If you don't have families here anymore, we understand it, but there are people living here. Let us engage politically. How many times should we have to say that? So suddenly you are now interested in engaging politically. How many do we? Okay, now, when I was saying it, guys, let's engage politically. Let's engage politically. If we have a president that can change, that can understand that there's need for a constitutional change, and do this and do that and do this and do that. They say it is Biafra or nothing, Biafra or death. We are not interested in your presidency. We are not interested in your politics. So suddenly now, killing can stop in Southeast because Peter Obi has now stepped out. So you have the remote for that one. Suddenly the agitation for Biafra and American freedom can go down. So you mean you have control for that one? Tell the truth. All of us are angry about marginalization. Simple. And the ultimate solution to all of this is that everybody is allowed to go. Okay, let me ask a question. Let me ask you a question. Peter Obi was running mates to Atiku. Wike is in PDP. Now, Wike, after losing in PDP, will he be supporting Atiku to become president? Let me tell you one short thing. Very short. Do you know Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò? Iba Gani Adams, when he was Otumba, OPC, he said something when he was supporting Atiku for presidency then. When we asked him why he supported, he said because Atiku is the only person among other candidates who has agreed to restructuring. That was 2014, 2015. Yeah. He said Atiku is the only person who supported restructuring, and that is where his mind is. He wants a restructured Nigeria. And I asked him, we all know what restructuring means. Do you think Atiku wants to be president of a weak center? Those of us who are on ground, who belong to different comrade organizations and activist groups, we ask critical questions about national welfare. We don't do policies based on, say, this one is popular. This one is. Do you know how many trends have come and gone, and they still did not change the country? Water is hot. Thank you. Do you know how many? Now the question is this: Wike fought up to the Supreme Court level for states to be collecting VAT, which is an item on the restructuring list, that states should be able to collect their own VAT. Wike fought for it up to Supreme Court level and won. I'm asking this question in good faith. I'm not in Rivers State. But I'm asking a truly nationalistic question, and I want genuine and sincere answers. If Atiku becomes president, do you think Atiku, part of the reason Atiku does not even want Wike to be his vice, I'll tell you today, is because of that Wike's strong-headedness, that Rivers State money should stay in Rivers and should be spent by Rivers people, that only percentage should be going to federal, part of which was the VAT, value-added tax fight. Atiku does not want a strong person like that to be his vice. He wants somebody who is meek, that he can always send on errand. Now the question is, Wike is a staunch PDP man. Will Wike still be supporting Atiku to be president? And if Atiku becomes president, does he still want restructured Nigeria? Does Atiku want to be president of a weak center while the states will be strong? Ask Wike this question. We are asking because we want to be sure. We want to be sure whether all these guys popping up, what their answers are to all these critical national questions. What is their position on the 1999 Constitution? What is their position on restructuring or right of people to self-determination? What are their positions? Let them come public and tell us their ideas. This is revolution of ideas. But you see, people will just come up, boom. They wake up, bah. This is the moving train. People are not they are not following with conviction. They are following just the trend. Somebody was engaging me yesterday offline and said, what if Kwankwaso and Pt3 come together? I said it's a good idea. I said, but have you asked the question whether Kwankwaso is loyal to a truly national ideology, or whether he will also end up pulling a tambuwal on Pt3? When we ask these genuine questions, people attack us. They say you are jealous. You are learners. So in this politics, you are learners. Go and ask Wike. Wike thought Tambuwal was too loyal to him until die minutes. At any rate, I want to close this because I don't want unnecessary controversies that will make me reveal more things. I don't want to reveal too much. But let me let you understand. Moving train or no moving train or whatever. We have seen moving trains that eventually moved and crashed or ran and crashed. We have seen it a lot. No be today. I told you I was here when I said I was not popular. I said I will not be popular for this idea and this opinion today, but you always come back and learn that this guy said this thing that time. If you want to be sincere with yourself, what have I said that has not come to pass? What did I say in the past that did not come to pass? You may have money, fine. You may be living abroad, fine. You may be exposed, fine. You may be listening to all sorts of things, fine. But we are on ground. We are not just online. We are on ground. If I give you an idea, you don't have to accept it, but at least note it somewhere, because you will come back to it. I'm not bragging, no. I'm not bragging, but it's the truth. Somebody is asking what my idea is about third force. Good idea. Third force is not in. Don't make it look like Peter Obi is the Abinja or the first person to start third force. Third force has been in the lexicon, political lexicon of Nigeria since as far back as I remember 2004, 2005 when I used to attend Professor Wole Soyinka's um, Citizens Forum in Lagos. The idea of third force has been as long as part to Tommy, the days of Patito's gang. They have been talking third force since NSF, National Nigerian Social Forum, the draft People's Constitution, the people who are proposing sovereign national conference. The third force idea has been as long as since ever. The times of Pa Anthony and Nahoro and co. Not be today we dey talk third force. Don't come and make it look like is because even the revolution, don't make it look like you are ready for the first time. Sowore is still facing incarceration for using the word revolution. It is now easy for everybody to use because somebody paid the price for it. Shey you understand? If you say I'm a tribalist, I've mentioned Pa Anthony and Nahoro and other names. Are they not Igbo names? Hypocrites everywhere. Anyways, you don't matter. I'm looking for intellectual engagers. So I believe in the third force. But I have also told you the story in part 1 of this broadcast that APC and PDP created multiple parties. Now, just in case there are people that the people are tired and no longer interested in what we are doing, let us create parties that will look like third force in order to net people who are looking for alternative, to net them inside. Towards election, they will now be saying they don't have candidate. Go and ask Dr. Obi Ezekwesili. They pushed her to the fore to come and be the candidate of a party. At the end of it, towards the election, what happened? They asked her to drop her ambition that the party will be adopting. Google it now. Dr. Obi Ezekwesili's party in 20. She was a presidential candidate. I was there at Unilag when they organized presidential debates. She came. She was a candidate. Do you understand? She was a candidate. But the fact is, excuse me, the party you are going on, have you studied the background? That's the question we are asking. And the people you want to be working with, do you know them? And do you know their background and what they represent? Simple question. You start abusing us, abusing people. We are interested in a Peter Obi emergence. We are asking questions, you are abusing us. No, now. He's an intellectual. No, Google it. No, don't be. See, the way you people answer questions without giving any intellectual backing. Now, why sometimes when we see some of these comments, we just rate it and say, look at these ones. Read to understand. I did there. Were you on ground? You see, Mo just ignore all of una. You don't know anything. You don't know Shingbai. Una no know Shingbai. Una just dey talk for online. Una no know Shingbai. Okay. But let me say this. Do you think the system we are operating now in our dear nation can produce a president like Omoyele Sowore even in the emergence of it? Thank you. Intellectual question. The system we are currently operating can never produce a Sowore. Oh, you think I'll come here and tell you Sowore will win? I told him in 2019 that he will not win. It's not possible. It's not possible. Sowore cannot win, and he too knows that he cannot win. Nigerians have been impoverished. That is why he's calling for a revolution. Only a revolution can throw up people like him. Only a revolution, like an uprising that people are tired, can produce somebody like Sowore. Not an election conducted by INEC. Sowore knows. That's why he called for a revolution. But if you are talking about Peter Obi, somebody who understands local politics, now let's talk about him. Leaving Sowore apart, I've only addressed the insincerity, okay? The insincerity and hypocrisy in all of you. That's what I first addressed. Now let's talk about the agitations on ground right now. In case you are only online, I'm telling you, on ground. Now, on ground, many Nigerians in the south want power to shift from north to south. You understand? They want power to shift from north to south. From today, I won't talk about Obi again. I will not. And I have my reasons. The reason is that most of the people who are Obi's supporters online, I don't want to use the word unreasonable. Even Obi himself, where they support, you know himself. Anyway, I'm sorry. Now, you see, on ground, people want power to move down south. And let me tell you the only way that one can happen. The only way that one can happen. Let me take up the comments. They will think I'm bringing up comments to oppose Obi. I don't want. But there are truths in those comments. Now, if Kwankwaso towards the end pulls back like they pulled a Tambuwal on Wiki towards the end of the election, Atiku will clear the whole of the north. Tinubu, Obi, Sowore, and the rest will share the south. Do you understand it? I'm digressing. I've deviated completely away. I moved away completely from the revolutionary or alternative political talk now to talk about what obtains regularly in the legacy or regular conventional by politics in Nigeria. Even Obi knows he cannot win. So Obi is the one in desperate need of alliance. I hope you understand. Obi is the one in desperate need of an alliance. The question is, who should he now ally with? Between Atiku of the north or Tinubu of the south? Leave Sowore, forget him. Sowore no fit ally with anybody. No waste your time. Let's leave Sowore. Let's talk about power leaving north coming to south. Because according to the last APC convention that produced Tinubu, the reason all northern governors stepped down for, I'm not the one making it up, I'm telling you what is on ground. The reason all northern governors stepped down for Tinubu is to zone power to south. So don't make it look like Segun is the one that is tribalist. I'm not. It is evident in the events that are throwing themselves up in the country. So no be me. I'm just helping you connect the events so that you understand. If Obi, coming from PDP background and knowing that his leader Atiku, his leader Atiku is the person he wants to support. I'm not, see all these online commenters, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you now. I'm talking about Obi himself, because last now where you go, you no go get choice. You get your own game, so leave am. If you follow Atiku last, knowing that they cannot win this election, it is not even possible. All of you too know. So let's leave that. If you follow Atiku, will power leave north for south? Because if he follows Atiku, Kwankwaso will also pull out at end time. The chairman of APC, as we speak, is a PDP BOT member, founding member of PDP. He may also be working from inside the APC for PDP. Ahmed Lawan and co. So you understand? We are no longer talking Sowore's alternatives anymore. We are talking the regular politics, what is likely obtainable. Power will return north. On the other hand, if Pt3 supports Tinubu, goes to Tinubu and say, come, let's strike a deal, I will support you so that we don't divide the vote in the south. Okay? And let us see how we can also get collaborators in the north so that we can win this together. Okay? Let us make sure that we win this election together. And let us have an agreement that at least, you know, that my people have been disenfranchised and marginalized for too long. So that at least we too can have a president. Since 1963, we have been clamoring, at least strike deal with Tinubu. I'm not a Tinubu fan, no. Neither am I an Atiku fan. We will support you to win. At least Pt3 has some clout as far as Southeast is concerned as we speak right now. Let us strike a deal so that we don't divide votes in the south. Let's get a strong northern coalition. And the agreement is, once you finish, you two will support Igbo presidency. I've laid down two options. If Peter Obi supports Atiku, comments. Some commenters are very funny. Sorry. Okay, at any rate, if he if he goes ahead to support Atiku and power does not leave north, we will start crying again. Marginalization. It's time for the south after 2027. But if he supports Tinubu, if he supports Tinubu and Tinubu becomes president, maybe, I don't know Tinubu's mind. I'm not even his fan. I hate APC. I hate PDP. I'm just talking conventional politics now. If I want to be a realist, okay, Baba, let's work together. Just do us a favor. When you finish, you two will support Igbo presidency. Hey, I want to see how that pans out. But you know what? That will still not change anything. But at least maybe the agitation for power should come here, may be achieved. Let me do something quickly. I have people online. Let me send a link. I want to see if you are interested in calling in, because I saw some calls coming into my show, into my phone. But let's not do that. Let me give you let's engage intellectually. No insults. Please, let me give you, look at this link. Whoever catches it first, just put in your name put it, whether you earpiece or you are good with your phone like that. Let's talk. I want to hear your own opinion about. Look at it. Look at the comments by hosts. The comment by host by me. Look at it. Look at that link I shared as comment. Tap that link. Join in. Let's have a conversation. I want to hear what you feel. Where's my earpiece? Come in. Use the link. Come in. Let me see if I can pin the link. Okay, I've pinned that link. Come in with that link. I want to hear opinions. Intellectual conversations, please. I'm not interested in you are mad, you are stupid. I'm not. I have somebody already. Hello, Baba. You smart too? Can you hear me? See as we
Hey,
rush.
I can hear
we
you live. I can hear you live,
okay,
Shagun.
I can hear you too. So, what is your own? We can't see your face well. There's too much headroom. Can you just bend your phone a little so I can see you well? Okay,
Sorry,
but just
I'm not.
continue. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay, just continue. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I've been following your conversation. I mean, I've always followed your program for a very long time.
Okay, you have
And
so many
even
people using the link and coming in already. So let's just make this snappy so that we can give more people also a chance. Also, yeah.
okay. So basically, it's just to say my own little contribution.
Mm.
Sowore is someone I've been following for a very long time. Even the days of revolution now and all that. Even the revolution still has to continue and all that, because what's going on in Nigeria is very sad. I'm someone who is calling from the UK now. I used to live in Nigeria, obviously. You can tell from the way I speak and all that. It's there's also a lot of Nigerians here in the UK. That have moved. Basically Japa. There's a lot of people that are basically going out and all that. But at the end of the day, people still want to come back. And just bring
I get
whatever they that they can.
2023.
2023 and all that. So anyway, let me just sort of round up the story. Shore is someone I always support. Peter Obi now is a vibe. Is just trends. That's one thing. Just like you
I
said,
like his
those of us.
prudence. I mean, I like the fact that, especially when I saw video of him visiting Adoration Ministry, Reverend Father and back, and he said, "I don't give shishi, but I support projects." I like that prudence. It was since then I started picking interest in him, even way back before he he declared that he wants to contest. I like him.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
He's a good
That's
guy
Peter
for
Obi,
me.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's Peter Obi is a wonderful person as well, But one thing is all this social media. I mean, once I open my Twitter now, the only thing I see is just people attacking each other. Sowore this, Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. There is no need for that. We all need to turn up 2023. Hopefully, the votes count. Although I personally I don't believe in the election in Nigeria. I don't really believe in the electioneering system and all that. Let them come up with whatever policy they are doing or whatever. I don't really believe, but hopefully, with people coming out en mass, there will be a change. That's the hope. Hopefully, with people coming out en mass, there will be a positive change, because they gave us change with Buhari, and they told us we will know the difference. We can really see the difference now.
We have a third
So
person in.
okay,
Are you there? Are you there? We have fourth person in. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you, sir?
Okay, very great. So, Mr. Wale, are you done or
okay.
do you want to remain there?
Yeah, I'm done for now. I'm just
Okay,
the word out there is just those of us, whoever you're supporting, have a clear conscience, because whatever decision we take
clear
is
conscience.
going to affect
Absolutely,
our future.
that's the important thing. Yeah,
It's going to affect our future. Don't
clear conscience.
don't be a tifun lero, or how do they say it now? Tifun lero
Yeah,
ló pọ̀ jù,
yeah.
elébi
I
ló
get.
pọ̀ jù níta. once people get money or whatever, they switch, they do all sort of things. Vote for
Absolutely.
integrity, you know, and as you said, let us question whoever we want to select or whoever we want to vote for. Let's not be afraid to ask them tough questions. How do you want
All
to
right.
achieve this?
Exactly.
You know,
Let's
thank you
not
very
be
much,
afraid to
Shegun.
ask
Thank
them
you.
tough questions. Very
Yeah.
important. Thank you so much. I love that contribution and the way you ended it. Let me take the next guest there. How are you, sir? You didn't put your name. I only see 0807354, and I also see Mr. Val.
I
Okay,
greet you,
Mr. Val.
Shege.
How you doing now?
I
They enjoy the
did. I
culture,
just
abi?
did. We
Me, I just
they
dey
follow the
manage. I don't
drama.
tire
We they
somehow.
follow the drama. Mm.
So, what do you feel about 2023 Peter Obi, Sowore, and the likes? What do you feel?
It's looking like there might be some sort of some people
Alliances,
might come together,
compromises.
like alliances. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's looking like that. But I would there's something I just wanted to say quickly.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
advise the Sowore camp to slow down on the, it's not because I like Peter Obi, but I would just love them to focus more on their own campaign, rather than resorting to trying to, remind us of who Peter Obi is or was, because most of us are very familiar with what he was anyway. So instead of paying more attention to like publishing things about him, why can't we publish more things about Sowore and sell him to the public? I mean, we can't stop selling Sowore. We don't even expect everybody to know about him. Look at today's election in Ekiti. I know AAC wasn't on the list of, candidates or whatever, because we're obviously, I think AAC was still in court at the time. But then look at the election, look at how it panned out. You see, APC is winning gradually again, because we think those in the grassroots know about Sowore and people like him who wants to come into government to change things. I would advise that we shouldn't assume that people already know Sowore. There's a whole lot of people.
That's true. Yeah.
Who
Because
still need to know about him.
Sowore spent the past 2 to 3 years going in and out of detention head to head with, instead of
That being said, I will be
taking those times to
I
build your
know.
structures. Yeah.
That being said, I would also love to say that I'm not for 2023 election. I do not support it. I think it's fraudulent for Nigeria to go into another election. But right now, I would suggest that the people should vote the best candidates.
Okay.
And that's all I would say.
And who is the best in your opinion?
Peter Obi is
You are
definitely
part of
going
the
back
people.
to PDP. Yeah, I can tell you for a fact he's going back to PDP.
He's going back to PDP. Why do you think so?
It's looking like that because obviously, the party itself doesn't have structure. Let us be honest with ourselves. The Labour
No, it's not
Party,
even about the structure. It's about what the party had been used to do in the past.
Hello?
PDP used the party in the past. So, are you there? Oh, that hangs. Maybe you had a call. But anyways, thank you so much for coming. Let me take another person. So many people waiting online. Oh God, how do I take all of you? Gala from Lagos. Oh yeah, now MFR. How you there? I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Check your audio, please. Oh my. Please help me check your audio while I take the next person. Just help me check your audio. I cannot hear you. Check your audio, please. Hello, sir. Mr. Abiodun. How are you, sir?
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Just help me check your. I'm healthy. I am fine.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
I was just shipping my own little. Hello, good evening. How are you? I only shipping my own little idea. I'm living in Germany.
Good. Go ahead, sir. But I can hear myself back. Why is it so?
It's echoing.
Yeah, even here it echoes. So
is it from your side?
I'm suspecting it's from your end, but let me mute every other person. So there's so many people in the queue. Can you hear me now? Can you still hear me?
I
Let
can
me
hear
mute
you.
every other person. Okay, I can hear you. Okay, go ahead now. Let's just
You
manage
know,
it. I think it's from your
this
side.
is
Yeah.
not the time for us to be. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Just go
I
ahead,
mean,
sir.
this is not time for us to be arguing about this Obia or Sowore. I think this is the time for us for the youth to come together, because this APC and PDP of a party, they have already supported Nigeria. So I think it's the best time for the youth to come together and get a new thought force person and vote this APC and PDP out.
Okay.
In Germany, where I'm living, we have three-party ruling Germany right now. So they call it coalition. So how I wish Nigeria will have the same. It's like in Germany, when they are voting, they voted on the on percentage. If maybe let's say APC or PDP have let's say PDP having maybe 45%, the other one having 47%, then another one having maybe another 30%. So all those three parties, they will come together and form a government.
Okay.
So I wish we can practice the same thing in Nigeria.
Okay.
But this is not the time for us to argue ourselves, because this APC and PDP, we have tried them for more than 16 years. They should go and rest. We don't want any grandpa again. We don't want turn by turn presidency. We just want new breed party, young brand president. We don't want somebody that will be going from Nigeria to London to be going for medical trip again.
Okay.
You know
Thank
what
you
I'm saying?
so much for your contribution, sir. Okay, I think the noise is from this side. Oh my. Okay, let me try. Hello, Mr. or Mrs. I can't even see the face. Another room. I'm trying to manage because I'm receiving echo back here, so I'm just trying to manage the space to make it clear. Okay, let me re-comment while I'm waiting for other callers to join. I see other callers who do not have their video or faces turned on. I'm sorry, I think they waited too much already and left. I'm sorry. Let me allow other new persons while I'm still reading comments. Shagun, it's also about the structure. Labour Party has no structure. They had 7,000 despite being on ground for as long as the last election. Why Sowore, who established AAC within a few months, was fired of the Labour Party and others. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, let me take another one. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Okay, great. How are you doing?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, let's talk about
fine.
2023. What's your own take about all of this at the end of the day?
Well, I hope it will not be my own opinion. In my own opinion, I'm seeing. I'm hoping that Peter will be emerge. I love Sowore. Okay, nobody without the kind of the fight that young guy has fought. You know, nobody can question his energy. Okay, but at this point in time, I don't think people are ready for Sowore for now.
Why did you say so?
Shagun, you can see for yourself. You are a social media
Online,
person.
Abi. Let me answer you quickly.
Okay.
I don't want to doubt it for any reason. Sure, you understand. But this same thing happened in 2019 when they said Mogali. Even I expected Mogali to have more. And there are more reasons I said so. Especially because prominent politicians who have money are backing Mogalu, and Mogalu was also of the central bank stock, including Fanny Uba, contested on the same YPP in his own state. and promoted Moghalu massively. But we saw the outcome. It was from there that we began to say sometimes online hype, people can be online and trending influencers everywhere. They know they vote.
Yes, Shagun,
Most
that's
of them are
true.
not even on
Shagun,
ground. They are not even in Nigeria. Yeah.
yes, Shagun, that's true. Even likewise, me now, I'm not in Nigeria, but then I'm seeing things. I'm seeing things.
Okay.
Even I do follow up all these things. Even the young people going out to get their PVC. I saw the other day when a PDP guy carried their banner and all that.
Yeah.
Was trying to. You saw what happened. All of them were just like shouting, "Hey, no, leave here, Obi."
Exactly.
So what me I will what I will advise. Okay,
Okay.
I know it might be difficult. It might be difficult. But one thing is this: when you see someone who has the same IQ as you do, heading to the same direction that you are heading to, so I don't see any need why we cannot collaborate. Do you understand? I'm using this regard to address Sowore and Mr. Obi. Do you understand? You know, I called you 2019 as well. You know, when I also make a suggestion, how I wish that even the Kisti Moghalu, Fela, and Sowore and all that, if they can just come together to form a force. He said how they put it? I think whether a 3 core something cannot easily be broken. He said two are better than one, and the 3-4 code cannot easily be broken. Do you understand? So if they can come together, there will be a force to reckon with. By now, I believe if they have come together, formed a coalition in 2019, I believe their story that will be different by now. Do you understand?
Okay, let me ask
so
a question.
A situation whereby
let me ask a question. Are you aware there was a pact in 2019?
I was aware, and Sowore put out
No, leave
that
Sowore apart.
from what
I've said it, let's forget Sowore. There was a pact. Moghalu and Fela Drotoye. And you saw the outcome of the pact. Did they work together eventually?
That was because they were having a different mindset. They were having a different IQ.
Now,
do you understand?
Do you think it is now possible for there to be a coalition where the mindsets, the goals, and the ideologies are different?
See, if I can take anything from Sowore, or if I can bring out a point from Sowore, he is very how will I put it now? Like he is eager to see a better Nigeria. Do you understand? In Nigeria where things works. So let's forget every other thing that he has. Okay? And Peter Obi is eager to see a Nigeria that works. Do you understand? So if they both have this same similitude, that they hope to see a Nigeria that works, I see no reason why they cannot work together, my brother.
Okay, fine. Now let's talk about the platform. Sowore has long been invited to APC, PDP, he rejected because he said their philosophies and their founding visions are different. They will not take Nigeria anywhere, regardless of whoever joins them, and decide to go and create another one from the scratch. If Sowore joins Peter Obi today, for instance, assuming without conceding, Sowore joins Peter Obi in Labour Party, something happens. Do you know that there are legacy members of Labour Party, for instance, people who have been in the party before Peter Obi came up at all? If they now go to court, sue Labour Party, and the matter delays until a week before election, court now gives judgments that the new people are not existing members and cannot override the existing members and their decisions. They now throw all of them out. Where do we face again? And Labour Party now comes back to say they now adopt PDP.
Sir. Okay, now let me answer you, Shehu.
Yeah.
Now, in this regard, you know, when a king move from his own town to another town, remember, he will not be addressed as a chief.
Yeah.
He's going to be addressed as a king. True or false?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Now, let me also tell you again that me personally, nobody closes his hand to receive a king. No, everyone opens their hands because they know his potential. Nobody will deny Sowore. Let me tell you, they know his
Theory,
potential.
I
So
know that.
nobody
I
will push
understand you.
Sowore.
It's just that you
Nobody will
see,
push Sowore to the
theory,
scratch because they also
theory,
know that he's a
theory is sweet for mouth. It is easier said. Theory is
no.
now I
Okay,
die day. I know it's in the happen. Go and watch
Let
part
me
one
also
of
tell
this
you
video.
something.
You will see a
Now let's
story.
use Peter Obi for example.
Okay.
Use Peter Obi for example. He left PDP, right? Do they treat him like a newcomer, like
Have
this
you seen
person is
the
just
end of
coming
have
from?
you seen the end of
Because
it,
they
please?
know his potential.
Have you seen the end of it yet? Don't worry. Let me
Uh,
allow another caller.
so,
Don't worry.
APC now, APC and PDP that we are talking about today. Bola Tinubu was not a father of APC. He was somewhere. Do you know that? But the people know his potentials. The people who are the PDP members and all that, the high rank and all that you are hearing of today, they are not even the father founders, but they were coming from somewhere. So they became so big
Who
because of what they carried.
founder?
No, I'm talking about like the people, the top men that we are hearing today, like the
Tinubu was not
APC. You know,
founding.
it was
Was
different.
not.
It was different party that formed APC. It was a coalition that formed APC.
Yes. But do
So
you
what are we not
exactly?
saying?
But you see, you can't see Showore's ideological. I'm not speaking for him, and I'm not holding brief. Okay. Showore's founding ideology. And if Peter Obi started a new party also altogether, for instance, and their ideologies are similar, it will be easy to work together. But a party that has antecedents of working with the parties you want to throw out of power will be difficult to work with. Well, this conversation will continue, and I thank you for coming online and
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let me take my next. How are you, sir?
Objectv, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. There are so many people waiting, so
Yeah,
let's make it brief,
I'm so
please. There are
happy
so
to
many
talk to
people
you
here.
today. Actually, this is my first time, and I've been
It's my
following you
pleasure.
for like 2 years now, or more than that. Yeah.
Thank
So
you. Thank
I just
you.
want to contribute to this issue of
Okay. Yes.
my mentor.
Yes.
Let me just put it like that, Mr. Sowore.
Peter Obi.
When I
Okay.
was in
Sure. Okay.
Nigeria, yeah,
Okay.
when I was in Nigeria, that was 2018 when they wanted to do the first election. That was 2019 election. Actually, I was unable to know him more better, like to know the kind of person he is, until I left Nigeria. So when I got to South Africa, you know, I was able to access to internet and all those things. I went back to study him from me. I said, wow, how I wish I from the beginning. That was that 2018 to have no more about this
So
man.
that means your support of Sowore is based on conviction, not on trend.
Yeah, I post him every blessed day on WhatsApp. I talked about him. Even my people in Nigeria, they'll be telling me that you and this your Sowore, you are this your Sowore. I'm telling them that you guys, you don't know
straight
what.
to the point, 2023. What do you think?
Yes, okay, yeah. This 2023, like what is happening now? I'm just like all the time, I just weep for Nigeria. Because this is the big opportunity to decide the right person. So clamoring for, so people are clamoring for Biafra, and we've already know that this referendum that before they can divide Nigeria, the referendum. Are you getting me?
Politically, you must participate politically.
Yes, Yes, and if we
and
don't clear all these people, there's
influence the
no
constitution.
how.
Yeah,
Yes, God
we
bless
don't
you.
want war. Yeah,
So if we don't do all these things, we can achieve all those things that
absolutely,
we are running after, we are clamoring
absolutely.
for to get. So the best
All
thing
right.
is for
So
us to sit
summary:
together.
sit together. Okay.
Yeah, to come together. Let us support Sowore and vote for him. Because these people that people are talking about obedient. I just like anytime I hear them, I laugh because after 2023, we will be here. Thank God that I'm not in Nigeria, and they will be the one that will be suffering. They will be suffering for everything. So
No,
that
I
is
did
just
here.
what
I beg
I just
you.
want to point
I
out.
beg, make we no suffer again. I did you there abroad.
I
Me, I did
know.
here. I beg you.
No, that is
All
it.
right. Thank
So
you
they
so
have to
much
just sit down.
for
Yeah,
your
thanks so
time. Let
much,
me
sir.
take my next guest. So many people here.
Good
Mr.
evening.
Sean,
Yeah, Show
how are
Motivo
you, sir?
speaking. I am very well. I've been
If
following
you are
for a
still
while,
waiting in
Sheldon.
the queue, I'm sorry. Let's just hang on. I'll take everybody. Yeah. Thank you so much. So go ahead,
I'm
sir.
commiserating with Nigeria. That's why I turned
Where
it
are
dark
you,
in the
sir? This
background.
place is dark. Are you in a
It's not
country where
dark.
it is already at night?
I just turned off the. Yeah, it's late. It's late, so I turned off the light to
Okay,
commiserate
okay.
with my Nigerian people who don't have electricity. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
like that gentleman just spoke. He said that majority of Nigerians do
Hot
not
water.
have access to information to dig up debt on their candidate.
Hmm.
There is no politics without debt being thrown back and forth.
Yeah.
And
There's no
for us to
politics
get to the
without death
truth,
being thrown forth
yeah,
and back.
yes. But
So understand
unfortunately,
it.
our people are so sensitive, overly
Yeah.
sensitive, that
Hmm.
anything that questions Peter Obi is as though you are attacking Peter Obi.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
like Peter Obi as a person.
Yeah. Even
Some
me,
people,
I like that guy. I like that man. I like her.
some people claim that he's from poverty. I'm in Malaysia, just to disclose, and I have a lot of people
Okay.
clamoring for Peter Obi as well. I have to tell them this. I like him,
Do you go to
but some
Club
people.
Kuala? Sir? Do you go to Kuala
I've not been in Kuala
in
for a long
Malaysia?
time.
Okay, no worries. Just go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time. So basically, a lot of people just jump on the bandwagon and say, for example, that Peter Obi is from poverty. I'm like, excuse
Hmm.
me,
Yeah.
Peter Obi is not from poverty. Instead, he started Fidelity Bank when he was in university. How many poor Nigerians can start a bank from university, for an example? I'm not trying to throw dirt at him now. I
Yeah.
just want
Yeah.
us to know who we are supporting.
Yeah.
What he did for Anambra State was
Hmm.
commendable, but
Yeah.
according to the law, it was
Yeah.
wrong. According to the law, it was wrong. Conflict of interest.
Hmm.
That thing he did was wrong, legally speaking, but
Hmm.
in terms of benefit to the structure of Anambra State and to the
Hmm.
many people who have benefited from good education now,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
like no, many universities are on strike now, but Anambra State University is not on strike. That's one of the benefits because there's capital.
Yeah.
So let's go back to whether we have an opportunity or not.
Yeah.
Majority of Nigerians lack access to information. The lack of
Access to
internet is
information. Yeah.
deliberate.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
lack of electricity is deliberate.
Hmm.
Accessing information is too expensive.
Hmm.
That gentleman said he didn't know much until he got to South Africa where he could get access to the internet. How many people
Hmm.
can afford good access to the internet in Nigeria? So that's why it's easy to buy people. Ekiti State election
Absolutely.
was going on
Yeah.
recently, and they are buying
Oh
people.
man. Oh man. That one I see and buy you.
So we're saying the same thing now. A lot of people are saying that Peter Obi will stand, but when it comes to that crunch, will you sell your vote for a
Hmm.
peanut
So
so that you
in
can
a
continue the
nutshell,
same thing?
people buy and sell votes in Nigeria. So all our
The people
online
on
noise
Twitter,
needs to still translate to
the people on Twitter have access to internet.
yeah.
Majority do not, unfortunately.
Okay.
So
Thank you so much. Thank you
integrity,
so.
we need to make it work for ourselves. Otherwise, we'll continue and
To just
Atiku will
continue
win,
to wail and shout and
or,
ask
or,
for
or Baba,
division and
Baba, Baba of Lagos will win, which is not what we want.
absolutely. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Sheldon.
coming.
Have a wonderful evening.
All
Yeah.
right. You too. I have Ayo,
Brother,
Mr. AY doing.
I'm good at your side. Oh, I haven't got much to say. I've got
Okay.
different. Like I would say the same thing like what most people have been saying.
Okay.
The way I see this thing is just noise, just social media
Hmm.
noise. People need to understand the problem of Nigeria.
Hmm.
The problem in Nigeria is fundamental. It's not presidential.
Hmm.
There
not
is problem
presidential.
with the
But to solve the
foundation.
fundamental problem, we need a presidential. The person there
Yeah,
must
I get
be
it.
stronger there to say he wants to change that
Yeah.
fundamental problem.
Yeah, which is right. But let's take an example. You want to build, you have a structure, a building that was built, that was meant for 2-story building.
Hmm.
However, you now try to build another 10-story building on top of
that foundation.
Foundation. You now realize that this thing is not working. Let's change the engineer.
Yeah.
Your presidency is the engineer. They can't do anything. You know, I'm surprised that the social media noise that we just have is not up to 2 weeks. Actually, it's not up to 2 weeks.
And they're only using it to attack themselves. They are not.
Now, where was this noise?
Problem.
Where was this noise? 2019.
Or
are we just knowing that Obi is this great now? Are we just aware now?
It just came out now.
If you look, with the first time Buhari came in,
yeah,
it was this same noise, Mr. Integrity.
And they did not even want us to ask questions. Now we are in for it.
Nobody, they don't want to listen. I expect Nigerian youth that we claim to be educated, that we should be clamoring for the constitution change right now. That's what I think that's the noise should be about. Now, anybody that will become a president now, they will go in there and they will take the military paper that they call constitution, and they will swear by the constitution that they will uphold the constitution. I totally believe that yes, we need to participate in politics. However, I still believe that the power needs to come back to the people. Right now, what we're doing right now, we are seeking for a Messiah, and there's not any Messiah anywhere. No.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. The Messianic complex.
No, there is no Messiah anywhere. There's no Messiah anywhere. And
there's a syndrome that there's somebody will just come and save all of us.
No. See, I was talking to a friend of mine that the problem that we have during the post-colonial era is that we are looking for a Messiah, and those Messiah are always on to dictatorship or to dictator.
Absolutely,
that's what happened.
Yeah,
until the power belongs to the people.
Yeah.
But how do we go about it, my brother? I don't know. It's not going to be easy. I don't know. But if you see, Sowore is a good man. It's very upright, but
very transparent guy. I wish he and Obi can work together. Actually, unfortunately, Obi is in a party Sowore cannot join. Sowore saw Labour Party there before he went to register AAC.
Yeah.
Fact.
But,
you understand?
Yeah. I wish they can, but the truth of the matter is 2023 election. Nigeria is gonna be the same. I was telling you,
thank you so much for your time.
Can you bear with me? Can you bear 1 million with me? That even though Obi become Nigeria president today, that in the next 8 years, Nigeria will have electricity 24 hours.
Of course, he has traveled to Egypt to go and study how to give electricity to Nigeria now.
No, bros. But it's not even talking about the constitution. If he's genuinely serious, now let me give you an example. The Scottish Parliament.
No, can you go Scotland now, Baba? All those on abroad politics.
No.
Now,
I want
Nigeria,
to take a,
no use am.
There's something I want to bring out. There's something I want to bring
Okay.
out. The Scottish the Scottish party is that I think SMP, something like that. Before they took power, they actually advocate. Their campaign was referendum. Now, what has Obi talk about? Has he talk about changing the constitution? Or are we going to continue like this?
And
for instance,
I don't want to be people
I don't
to
believe in
think.
Nigeria. I don't believe in Nigeria. I don't believe in it, because when you tell me I believe in one Nigeria, you are telling, because the word believe means something without evidence. So if I say you believe in one Nigeria, that means you're saying there's no evidence to believe in one Nigeria. You know,
okay.
You cannot see a Japanese saying I believe in one Japan. It doesn't make sense. So we need to talk. We need to sit at the table and talk about the structure first. I talk about maybe we want to be together. I talk about this fraudulent
the foundation first.
But nobody is talking about it. Everybody just want to vote. They want to change the another Messiah. But I can guarantee you, 2023, Nigeria will still remain the same until we're ready to make the change. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for coming online. Let me take my next person here. Hello, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm LD.
Hello, how are you, sir?
I'm coping. That's the word.
How are you,
sir? I'm coping. How about you, sir?
I'm very fine. Oh. The last time I saw you, let me just say, I allow you to say this. Last time I saw you, that was came to Unilag with Sowore when this debate now.
Okay.
Yeah, 2019, I saw you like Mail Auditorium. Yeah, that day I was there too. So we talked briefly. That was the last time we saw.
Okay.
Sowore and Obi can hear what I'm about to say now. Hope you can hear me, sir.
It's breaking, but the audio is going and coming.
Okay, it's breaking. Can you hear me? Let me position myself. Can you hear me clearly now?
Just stay on one point and continue. Yeah.
Okay, sir. I wish that you can hear what I'm about to say now. I've listened to Obi several times, and I've listened to Sowore several times. In fact, most times you go on YouTube, just download as many as Sowore on channel and right as well as those guys are great guys. They are so intelligent. You can see you can see the passion, the openness in tune of them to turn things around. But how I wish that both of them can jettison their ego, that I have to be the president and have to be the president. That both of them can just jettison their ego and come together and work together and be a third force. Maybe Obi will be the president, that's already be the vice. So where is the president, then Obi is the vice. Either way, both of them, I just wish, I pray that they can come together, and work together, two of them. It will be a great light that whatever happened tonight, to Nigerian people, to Nigerian youth. Because it is high time we have to just hijack power from this APC.
Let me ask a question.
But no difference between the two. I'm listening to you, sir.
Do you think they don't want to work together? And who do you think does not want to work with another?
Well, I listened to your interview with Sowore of recent, maybe like last week or so. Let me just remind you some of the things that I said. I said that.
And by the way, I'm looking for Peter Obi also.
Yeah.
Just friendly. I'm just talking generally to everybody who is watching.
Yeah.
I don't mind also having him to let's have a conversation like this.
Yeah.
Just the same way I did. See, one thing I like about Sowore is he doesn't run from anybody.
Yeah. I know that.
If AIT, PDP invite him, he will answer. He will go. If channels, APC or TVC invite him, he will go. If NTA calls him, he will go. If anybody we knows is working for another person invites him as far as the media platform to engage, he will go. I don't know why others they shroud themselves. They don't want to come out. They select who they want to talk to.
Exactly who they want to talk to.
So for me, I also see it as, is there something you are hiding? If, for instance, Sowore was the person, and I'm not trying to condemn anybody, everybody has their method. If Sowore were to be the person who went to Egypt to study, he would do live stream of the class.
Yes. Yes.
He will let you see what he is seeing, what they are talking about. He will let you see. He's not hiding. So just to show a picture of, they are showing you PowerPoint presentation and slide, and you put that out, just 3 pictures. You know, for some of us who have seen a Sowore style and we have loved that kind of openness, anything different from that may no longer be acceptable. It's just a standard that we have seen, and we don't want it to crash.
Exactly.
Just please continue. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, sir. Like I was saying. So when I studied Peter Obi, I know the guy has a genuine love to turn things around. But when I look at where he's coming from PDP background, and you can never
and the
take
people
away
surrounding him.
You can never take away that from him. Definitely, there are a lot of people that will come and that came from BTP to join him. Definitely. So those guys are still around him. That is the only problem I'm having with him. So I want a situation whereby he can just remove himself totally, distance himself totally from PDP and join Sowore and let both of you form this third force. I'm too sure that we will defeat this evil APC PDP hands down. We defeat both of them hands down. I'm too sure of that. I'm too sure of that I will defeat them hands down. So that is just it. I don't know. If they just keep on inviting Peter Obi, if any day that he can just 30 minutes, he can just come and talk to us on your platform. Then from there,
I like to have Peter Obi. I like his I like the idea that he was prudent in spending while he was in government. I really love to.
I love that too. That he left a lot of money.
We are looking for prudent people.
Before he left.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So
thank
that
you
is
so
my
much for. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay.
And thanks to everybody who has been part of this show from the beginning. Let me quickly just make a few comments before I close. You see, number one, I want people to understand that we are not doing this because we have anything against anybody. We are doing it because it is a normal thing. When Sowore came, we ask her a question, tire. We grill him. He answer question for public finish. He still they go answer question for DSS. So to think that because we are asking, what is Peter Obi's position on 1999 Constitution, and you are angry, you are saying, you are a Kapesi, you are Tinubu, you are Fulani Janja with a bar. On I go take for this on agitation. Because you must understand, you must understand that, okay, look at this one for instance. Now, Peter Obi never even win court case. We never even know whether before election now him go still be president or presidential candidate of we never know. They don't put him for IOS. Peter Obi cannot be so low to come here. Have you ever invited Tinubu here? Can you see? Do you understand what we are saying now? Is Peter Obi contesting to be chief of Unewi or community chief in your village? He wants to be president of Nigeria. All of us love him, but we must subject him to questions. And he must demonstrate that he is open to people. I'm not saying I want to go and meet him so that if he may be afraid of poison or anything. He's online like this now, virtual. What is wrong? Okay? What is wrong? God bless you. Obi can come here. It's not bragging. It's not, you should not brag. You want to be president of Nigeria. You must be open to everybody who wants to ask questions. Don't say this one is low for me. That one is high for me. That one is kinikon for me. Or it's not like in 20. I don't want to mention names. In 2019, they were presidential candidates. When I wanted to interview them, they were asking me to tell them the questions I wanted to ask before they will tell me whether they can attend to my interview. They can attend my interview. And you're now saying I'm a Sowore person. Sowore will not ask you, what do you want to ask me? Do you understand? Those are tests of character. And we want to see it in whoever wants to be our president. Look at this one too. Is Obi your age mate to invite to come here? Can you see? Is it contesting for age grade group or age grade WhatsApp group leadership? You see the problems with all this emergency online defenders or whatever. No, all those promoting should already leave me for now. There are some. Let me see some other comments. Sorry. I ask you, Shegun, how did the youth back Obi? He has been speaking on various platforms and people have been listening to him. So don't sound like he's shying away. God bless you. But are you reading what others are saying? You guys have a job to do. You must start educating all these online aggressive people online, saying that somebody is too big to come anywhere. So I have seen picture of Peter Obi trekking in muddy water, in a flood, to go and see somebody. If Peter Obi does not by himself recognize that he is governing that place is part of the state is governing, and he has to go there and check the crisis and solve it. People like this will say a governor should not be seen in such a place. So you have work to do. Talk to all those guys who are saying somebody is too big to answer anybody. Who are they? I can't leave them. See, we have work. We have a duty. We have a duty to knock sense into most of these blockheads. It's a duty. So they think they own Obi. No, they think they own him. You want us to have a repeat of Boko Haram situation in this country, where the president will only have few kinsmen and cabal, and others are shielded away, and will not be able to talk to our president, will not be able to ask him questions. Can you imagine that? And I should support that person to be president. I am not sure Obi supports what you are saying. I am sure the Obi that I have seen online, listened to, I am not sure he agrees with what you are saying. You are the ones making enemies for that man, all of you online like this. At any rate, let me just round off by saying we are counting on your support too, for people who want to support us on the cases that are highlighted. That mirror case of the victims who were shot. Yeah, I promise not to talk about Peter Obi, but I'm not talking about Peter Obi in a negative light. I'm only addressing the supporters. Okay? I'm only addressing the supporters and the aggressive method they are using to attack. They are rabid, attacking anybody who wants to. What kind of mentality is that one? You had better ask him to go and contest again in Anambra and let him be your governor there. If he wants to be president of Nigeria, Nigerians will ask questions. There's nothing you can do about that. Anyways, we are looking for between 100 and 200,000 naira to set Elele's widow up. She has returned from the hospital thanks to all your support. She got the full treatment. She needs money to return to start a business again, just capital. We also need funds to mobilize for Sonia Olu's family, Mubarak's parents, so that they can have enough to sustain and attend their court cases. It's been a year. It will be a year since their son Mubarak was killed at Mero by a police bullet, and then police abandoned and government abandoned the family. And thanks to some of your supports, they have been on my their care, upkeep, and everything has been on my shoulder personally, including their medicals and all that. But thanks to your support, I will definitely not underestimate that. But we need more supports right now. They have adjourned the case. They said courts are going on vacation from July, so they have adjourned the case again till November 10th, by when it will be a year. Okay, so we need your support. Let me just stick in my WhatsApp number for those who want to call to support. I know there are so many humanitarians, regardless of whether you are Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba. Okay, so +234 8170 74 74 24. Those who have my number already can. I'll pin it. Reach out to me, and I'll pin it there. It's there, so you can see it. That's a WhatsApp number to reach out. I'll give you account number once you reach out. Please support us. We need funds to assist these individuals. Now back to somebody asking me about where's that person? About Yoruba Nation. Okay. No, nothing concern me with one Nigeria not going back. Okay, Mr. Okiki Jesu. Excuse me. I agree with you, nothing concern you. But we are talking about the road out of Nigeria. The road. It's just like you are saying, I want Peter Obi, I want Peter Obi. The Peter Obi presidency will do this, will do that, fine. But the question you must not fail to answer is the road, okay? The road to power. How will he get there? That is the question. The same way, you want Biafra or Udua. The question you are not answering is how to get out. And when we say it should not be war, we are therefore saying it must be political. And when we say ask the candidates who are contesting about their position on restructuring, press them well, not be just to talk and you leave them, no. Or just say because it's from my tribe and I like him. You understand? So no election. I hope you'll be on. Where will you be on that day so that I can cover how you are stampeding the election throughout the country? Anyways, everybody to their opinion and beliefs. It's just that the rationality of all these theories we read online, it is the rationality that we are asking, and people don't seem to understand what we are saying. Anyways, I want to leave it there, and I want you to see this video as I go. Some of you have listened to it before. Attentively listen again.
Please meet Mr. Abiodun Akinyemi, a man who is looking to solve the big chunk of the housing crisis that we have in Nigeria by making affordable, self-sufficient homes. This kind of homes are becoming more and more popular, by the way, because they are efficient and they are environmentally friendly, and then it costs less to make them if you think about it in the long run. Anyway, before I tell you about the smart homes that he's building, let me tell you a little bit about his story. He's based in Canada right now, and he decided to build a house in Lagos, Nigeria, where he's from. But upon making inquiries, the cost of building a house has increased significantly since he moved to Canada. So instead of using concrete brick throughout his construction, he substituted it with laterite, and he was able to save 30% of the construction cost. Laterite has a lot of advantages, by the way, including warming your home during the cold weather, cooling your home in the hot season. It's cheaper because it's readily available. It's everywhere in Nigeria. It has high clay content, which means it can hold more water. Laterite gives you better air quality. So if you build your house with laterite, you can breathe in better air quality. You can even recycle it. So if you build a house with laterite and you don't like it, you can break down the house and use the brick to build another house. And that's just to name a few of the advantages. But he didn't stop at building his personal house. He decided to make his house self-sufficient, off-grid, which means that he's not going to be dependent on the electricity from the Nigerian government. So he's using solar power, and he's also not going to be using power generator, so there will be no noise, no air pollution. At the same time, he's not using the regular sockaway that everybody uses in Nigeria. He's disposing his own waste material by decomposing it, and he's generating his own water. So once the house is completed, he doesn't need anything from them. And this is why they call this home self-sufficient, off-grid homes. That alone inspires me. The fact that he was able to find an alternative to just spending so much money on building a house. And the fact that he doesn't have to depend on the government, he made himself a self-sufficient house. That is the inspiration for me. But then he took it a step further. So after learning from his own experience, he wants to do the same for others, except that he wants to do it better. If you see the picture of the house, you may not be too impressed by the aesthetic, but he calls this the experimental house because what he has decided to do is to now mass produce this kind of house for other people. In case anybody out there is interested in having a house that will be self-sufficient, he has bought acres of land in Lakwe beachfront in order to construct an off-grid estate. And what you guys are seeing is what he would be constructing. All these houses would not be using NEPA, and they will be constructed with laterite bricks. If anyone is interested, he's looking for 10 people, just 10 people to start out. The price starts at 34 million naira for 3 bedrooms, and you can pay in installment. He has a contract readily available, readily prepared, which you can share with your lawyer to know if that's a good deal or not. I mean, some people may feel like that's a lot of money, but it's a one-time payment that you no longer have to worry about electricity bill. You no longer have to worry about paying them to empty your sock away and stuff like that. It's a one-time payment that you know that from beginning to end, you know your house is complete and self-sufficient. Anyway, I asked him, by the way, I said, what if someone is interested right now and they decided to pay you, and along the way they decided they're no longer interested, they don't like what they are seeing? And he said to me that your money is refundable, as stated in the contract. He said he will give you back 95% of the money, and the remaining 5% is for administrative charges. He's using a system of interlocking bricks instead of the traditional style of construction. And this system results in a house that is 10 times stronger than traditionally built house, and also more terminally efficient. Each home would have its own fire system and will be conveniently located by a fire hydrant in order to make it easier for fire crews to help just in case of an emergency. We'll be building common areas that will have a gym, a playground, swimming pool, ball courts, grocery stores, and so on and so forth. And more importantly, the houses in his estate will reduce global warming and human carbon footprint. So guys, if you're interested, please check him out. This is his website.